I did it. I didn't want to. I watched Star Trek Lower Decks, which I'm now calling Star Trek Dumpster Fire. Hey there, welcome to Tom's Tech Show. And like many people in tech, we like our science fiction and our fantasy shows and stuff. And so since Star Trek has brought out another, you know, fantasy, sci-fi show again called Lower Decks, I had to watch it, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I watched the videos that Nerdrotic and that Star Wars Girl did, and I'm they go over the episode, and I'm in complete agreement with what they were saying about the characters are just put in there just to fill a role, to fill oh, we have to check this box, we have to check this box. None of them are very interesting. I mean, the one character who plays, let's go to cast, where we got cast here. This Jack Quaid who plays Ensign Boimler, whatever his name is, he's like straight out of the Saturday Night Live skit where William Shatner tells everybody in the room, to get a life, and I think that's kind of what they're telling the fans. Just get a life, go away with this whole thing. I mean, if you take the story, you know that a virus infects the crew, and you know chaos ensues, trouble happens, whatever, and they have to try and solve it and cure everybody and help everybody. Well, gee, this has been done. Star Trek, the original series, had the Naked Time. Crews infected by a mysterious disease that removes people's inhibitions to a dangerous degree. And then Star Trek, the Next Generation, had the Naked Now. Crew of Enterprise is infected by a virus that caused them to behave as though they were intoxicated. So in here, they just become zombies because zombies are the latest craze now for everything else that's popular. So it's nothing. It was a safe script to do. It was a safe thing to you know bring up, and the characters and everything that they're doing are just so disinteresting and nothing. I mean, they're pulling like current colloquialisms, like somebody says something and wants to put emphasis on it. So after he says his thing, he says all caps. I'm like, okay, I don't even think anybody had a phone in Star Trek, or would even have that saying, for hundreds of years. So it, I mean, other than the obvious continual everything about if you're a guy in there, you're an idiot, and only the women can, do everything on the ship and all that. It's just, I mean, like I said, Neurotic and that Star Wars Girl really covered all of that really well, and I'll link some of their videos down here. But I wanted to kind of also go over the episode in the Next Generation called The Lower Decks, and I think this is where the tragedy really is happening here, because the Lower Decks episode was, oh my gosh, it was extremely heartfelt. I mean, it was so much happened in this episode. So here's the description: a mission of the Enterprise is seen through the eyes of some junior officers who are up for promotion. Questions of duty and honor arise among some of them, such as a Bajoran whom Worf has designated to be promoted to operations. So they take the characters, and they recognize some of the regular human frailties that everybody goes through, right? That we have anxiety, when we're in a workplace, and or even in friendships. Did we say the right thing? Did we were we encouraging enough to them? They're upset, they have something that they're worried about. Are we encouraging enough to them, you know to help them move forward, to get past whatever they're doing? And then maybe some things that we're worried about and stuff, like most things we worry about never happen or never come true, and we are actually worrying about nothing, kind of thing. It kind of lays that out. The regular, like Star Trek was supposed to be, the human condition, and how no matter where we are in the timeline of, human history, the human condition on this small scale, these four people that are friends, exists in all levels. Like, one is having anxiety about, a relationship. The other one's having, problems about, did I say the right thing to get promoted? Are they watching me? They hate me, all these different things. And then one of them is worried about, making someone, you know, proud of them and showing them, the one character in this who is Cedo. She plays the Bajor, and she, you know, in previous episodes, she had lied when they were in Starfleet Academy, and then they were trying some kind of maneuver, and it didn't work out right, and somebody got killed. So that was, coming out of that tragedy and having to and lying about it and being found out and all of that. And now she's trying to impress and prove to Captain Picard and everybody on the ship that she can be trusted. She can pull her own weight. She can do the things that needs to be done and stuff. Another part of the human condition. At the end of the episode, she goes on a mission with a Cardassian. Enemies of Bajor. Cardassian and Bajor are enemies basically, and she steps out of her own prejudices and inhibitions and all of those things to become, an aid and assist to help this one, Cardassian get home. And through that, she loses her life. She pays the ultimate sacrifice and loses her life in that. And then, everyone else is, just devastated because they didn't know really what was going on and stuff. Just all the things that were going on in this episode, Lower Decks, just emphasized everything that Star Trek was, everything that Star Trek, you know, back in original series, Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, all those episodes, those series, the core of Star Trek and what Gene Roddenberry wanted Star Trek to be. I mean, originally he had described it as, a wagon train to the stars. So he's still dealing with, the basic human, emotions. We're dealing with, love, hate, anger, revenge, disappointment, problems with relationships, all those core things and those core values and situations that people, have had, throughout time. So to take that, something that is now named after this episode, and create this mundane slapstick, not even funny, not one joke hit for me, not one joke about any. It was dumb and full of horrible, animated nudity I and a reused story. So they can't even come up with a good idea on their own. And I just, I maybe watch a few more. I doubt they'll get any better. But yeah, don't bother. I mean, I'm going back. For me, I'm going back and watching. The nice thing is because the Peacock Network, it came out, and they got a lot of old shows like, Murder She Wrote. And our thing about like Murder She Wrote is that in Murder She Wrote, we figure that Jessica Fletcher is actually the one killing all the people, but she just has to hound the other people into admitting that they did it, right? So we're trying to figure out those and lay the timeline in all of those episodes for how that happens. But just going back to the old TV, that's kind of a nice thing that there not being any new TV. And uh, I can't even tell you how bad this is. I can't even tell you. I guess. Who was it? It was. Let me switch over to here. Somebody actually liked it. Um, Egotastic Fun Time. That's right. Uh, he actually liked it. He thought it was pretty good. He thought the storyline was good. So I don't know. Maybe he's like many people, just been ripped down so far that anything just a little bit out of the gutter is seemingly to be good. But it's horrible. I can't even. I mean, I remember the animated series way back when it came out. I think it was in the 70s, in the early 70s. I mean, I watched those over and over and over. I have them. I watch them all the time. They're classic Star Trek. They're the way Star Trek was. They're what I grew up with on Star Trek. So yeah. So no, this is another fail. This is another Kurtzmanism that is just not for me. I mean, I guess there's going to be people that like it. We'll never know, since it's on CBS All Access. We will never know the ratings. We will never know anything. I don't even know. Do they have Rotten Tomatoes on about it? Not that Rotten Tomatoes is really any good anymore, because it just, it just seems that more and more they've hacked their system into. Uh, well, do we even have it here? Or are they not letting it be here? Sci-fi, Star Trek, Picard, Star Trek. I'm sure they have it. Let's see. And here we go. Lower Decks. Ooh, oh wow. So even the critics are giving it a 62, where the average audience score is a 37, and I think that's pretty high. 37 is extremely high. I would give it a 10, just because I know, the story. One of the storylines inside there was average. I mean, like I said, they've done it before. So I expect this 37 to be either removed or boosted somehow. And I don't know what they're going to do about that 62. That's kind of brutal. All right, well, here we go. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want more videos like this. I just dropped another video a little bit ago about AWS and SSL certificates and how to find them in your load balancers, different things like that. I do a wide variety of videos on the things that I like. So I know some people might not like the gun videos that I've been doing, but you can skip those if you don't like that. So pick and choose what you want. Thanks everybody for subscribing, and continue to like, share, and subscribe all of your smaller YouTube channels. We all appreciate it. Thank you so much. Take care.